Hi everybody, Catherine here again, kicking the coronavirus with the LCCC personal trainers. Please don't laugh at my furniture arrangement. Today I've been experimenting for this video on where to move everything because I needed to be up against a wall for part of this video. Today we're going to work on posture and some functional fitness. And that's why we have the wall here. We're going to start with up against the wall. So please excuse me while when I move the camera around, and we're going to do some stuff where I'm just showing my feet. So I'll have to move the camera then too. So I apologize for that. But today's workout, you may want a chair. Okay. Well, you'll need a chair when we get to it. This is going to sound really weird, but you're going to want a box of Kleenex. Hopefully you have something there at home that you can use, that you have some Kleenex. If you don't have Kleenex, you could probably use some sheets of paper. That might work too. We're going to work on some mobility in our toes. So box of Kleenex. And then the other thing that you're going to need is either a pillow or a towel, a rolled up towel, something like that. Okay, so we're going to start out with this towel exercise or pillow exercise, and I'm going to move the camera so you can see, because I'm going to go up against the wall here. Okay, now I don't need the pillow, but a lot of us have a very forward posture, which means our head is way far forward. And that tends to happen as we age. So a way to combat that is to do this posture motion. Now I'm going to show you when I do it, I can go up against the wall. Both of my shoulder blades behind me are up against the wall, and my head is up against the wall. And then you can't see my feet, but I do have my feet hip width distance apart, and my heels are against the baseboard. And that is forcing me to stand upright. And I'm going to hold this for 30 seconds, and I'm going to do it 3 times throughout the day or during this exercise video. So a lot of people can't get the back of their head to the wall. So what do? You take your pillow or your towel and you place it behind you, behind your head. Okay. Now, I actually have my feet away from the wall because I don't want to show you where this makes me be like this. All right. So you want to be able to hold that pillow with shoulder blades up against the wall as close as you can get, heels up against the wall, and don't let the pillow or the towel drop down. All right. And what that's doing is it's working that upper back and those neck muscles to get you to be able to hold your posture more upright. If you have some arthritis and some disc degeneration in that part of your spine, maybe nothing that you can do or little that you can do to completely rectify the situation and bring your posture all the way back upright. But ideally, what we want when we stand up is we want our ear, like the low part of your ear, the middle of your ear, to line up with the middle of your shoulder, which should line up with your hip joint. And then if you work your way down your body, that hip joint should line up with the back of your knee and that bony part of your ankle. All right, so we'll start out just holding these for a few seconds. All right, so hopefully you've placed your towel or your pillow behind your head. And you may feel like it strains a little bit. Keep your core nice and engaged. So tighten that corset around your spine. Lift your pelvic floor up, which means pretend like it's an elevator. And the bottom is here, and raise that elevator up towards your belly button. And relax. Now I want you to do that 2 more times today, okay? So the next thing that we're going to do, and again, I have to move the camera, I'm sorry, is we're going to grab our chair if you want. You don't have to have a chair for this if you can do it without. But we're going to do some single leg motions here. So I am on one leg behind my chair. I'm not going to use my chair so you can see a little bit better what I'm doing. All right. And I'm actually in my bare feet today because the Kleenex exercise that we do when we do the toe exercises, you need to be in your bare feet. So for those of you, we're not going to be doing anything bouncing or anything, so you can completely have your shoes off during this entire video. Or if you have like diabetes and you need to wear your diabetic footwear and your compression socks, or you're just not comfortable moving on your feet without some shoes and stability there, please make sure that you put your shoes on. However, when we do come down to the seated and do the toe exercises, you can take your socks and shoes off. It's going to be for a brief period of time, so that will be okay. But we want to work those toes, okay? So right now I'm going to go to one leg. Again, we can have a kickstand here if you wish, but I'm going to lift mine all the way up the floor, and we're going to pretend like we have a clock around us. So 12 o'clock is right in front of us. We have 3, 6 is behind us, 9 is over here. All right, other hand's going to come on the hip. Again, if you want your wall, chair, please do so. All right, so we're going to reach out. We're going to reach to 3 o'clock. We're going to reach back to 6 o'clock. And you're going to try to lift that arm up a little bit, but don't squeeze your shoulders. And we're going to go over to 9 o'clock. We're going to do that again. And 3. And 6. You may find if you're in your bare feet, the balancing is a little bit easier. You can really grip those toes. You can grip that floor back out to 12. Now I want you to follow your hand to 3. Good. Look down when you go to 6. Now you're going to follow your hand to 9. Follow it back to 12. Let's do that one more time, okay? So we're going to go to 3. Look down when you go to 6. And follow your hand to 9. Good. Shake those legs out a little bit. You're really working your ankles when you do these, all right? So now we're going to do the other one. So lift the leg. Now we're going to come out to 12. I'm going to have to step to the side a little bit so I can get to 3. 3. 6. And 9. Woo! You're going to find that one side's easier than the other. 12. Go to 3. Are you holding that core in, keeping it engaged? Is your elevator to the top floor? And 9. Now follow the hand to 12, to 3. Look down when you go to 6. And look over when you go to 9. You can see this side's more challenging for me to balance on. There's my 12. Go back to 3. And to 6. And to 9. Good. All right, shake that out a little bit. Okay, so these next exercises, we're going to work the ankle. I know we were working it there too, but we're going to work this in a dynamic. That was more of a static motion. We're going to work this dynamically with movement. And the ankle is a very, very, very important joint when it comes to balance and stability and functional movement. It does so much to keep us upright and to pick up the stimulation from the ground for when we're walking or whatever, to help us, our whole body, react to whatever movement we're making. So we're going to work on bringing the toes off the floor, bringing the heels off the floor, alternating that. And you can certainly do this from a seated position. If your balance is a little unsteady and you want that seated position, that's fine. If you want to add the chair, that's fine. Have the chair in front of you, to the side of you. if you want to hold onto the wall, whatever works. But we're going to start with just a single toe lift. We're going to do 10 on each side, okay? So weight here, you're going to lift up your toe. Lift those toes up. Good. Is your elevator lifted? 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then we're going to do the other side. So we're bringing those toes up towards our head. If you are seated, make sure that your knees are in line with your hips and your ankle is right underneath your knee. All right, and now we're going to go to the heel. Lift that heel up. So if you want to see that from the side, I'm just lifting it up. Coming up on all 5 toes. We've got 2 more. Keep that core engaged. And we'll do the other side. Bring it up. I always get a little bit of an ankle pop on this side. 8, 2 more, 9, and 10. All right, so now we're going to do an alternating toe lift, heel lift. So you lift your toe up and then your heel up. So you lift your toe up, then your heel. Toe, heel. Toe, heel. Good. Three more. 2. Last one. Very good. So we're really working the range of motion through its full range, whatever that is for you in that ankle. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, so this one we're really going to start to work on that balance, and we're going to lift both toes at the same time, both sets of toes, both feet. All right, so we come up and down. So you're actually shifting that weight to your heels. Then lifting the front part. If you can get the ball of your foot up off the floor too, that's fantastic. If all you can get up is your toes, that's okay. But the goal is to get that whole front of the foot off. 9 and 10. Now we're going to come up onto our toes and lift our heels. Up, up, up. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. All right. Next exercise we're going to do is called an airplane, because we're literally going to look like an airplane. And you can do this from a seated position if you want. The arms are going to go straight out to the side, and you're going to lean to the side, come back up, and lean to the side. Okay? I want my arms to stay at shoulder height, if at all possible. I'm not leaning forward. I'm not coming in for a landing. I'm staying upright, and my wings are going side to side. My knees are in line with my hips, so my legs are just about hip width distance apart. My knees are not locked. So you want to unlock those knees. You want to keep the core engaged. We've got 4 more. 3, 2, and last one. done with those. So we're gonna get a little bit more functional here. Again, you can have your wall right here next to you in case you need it, or a chair in case you need to grab a hold of something. But we're gonna start with lifting the leg up and stepping out in front and landing. So I'm kind of at a 45-degree angle here. Then I lift my knee back up and place it down. So it's almost like I'm lifting my leg up to step over the dog or something that's on the ground, okay? So I'm actually shifting my weight to that front leg when I step over, okay? And I'm making sure that I lift that knee up on my way back as well. We're going to do some variations with this movement. Now, if you can't lift your knee up that high, that's okay. Maybe you have a really tiny dog that you have to get over. All right, it's the beginning. Dog's going to get bigger as you get better. One more. Good. And now the other side. Lift up, step out and over. Go ahead and shift that weight to the front leg. That heel can come up on the back. And these are types of movements that we do every day when we're out and about. Not that we get to do that a whole lot these days, but we got to stay in practice for when we're going back out. We have to step up over things, twist our bodies in different directions, and get the whole body working in a good kinetic change so all those neural pathways connect with each other. And one more. Good. Now we're going to add some arm movements to this. It's going to be same arm, same leg. And when we reach out, we're going to reach that arm up. Okay? And it's going to follow the leg. Very good. Keep that core engaged. If you need a chair, remember you can take that chair. One more. Other side. So if you notice, my gaze is staying forward here. It's not as intense. In a little bit, we're going to change that up. Make it a little bit more difficult. Continuing to increase the difficulty. Now, if any of them become too unstable for you, obviously take it back down to the very first one where we were just stepping and not adding the arms. So now I'm going to follow my hand, okay? So I'm going to actually look up at my hand when I go. Look up at the hand. So this is like, you're cooking in the kitchen and I'm at the stove, but now I need the flour that's way up on that top shelf. Although for me, it's probably the middle shelf because I need to get a stool or a chair or climb up on the counter to get to my top shelf because I'm so short. One more. Follow that hand, follow that hand. Good. Continue to step up and over whatever item you're stepping up over. Got a grandkid crawling around down there you got to get up and over, or a child, a cat. Follow that hand, keep that core engaged. And last one. Okay, one more increase in difficulty. We're going to add both arms. So again, like I said, if any of these have make you too unstable, go back down the level. So continue to stay just at that one arm reach, or just not following the hand, or just the leg lift. All right. So now we're going to take both hands up, watch them, and bring it down. So now we're getting something heavy up off that top shelf. Maybe it's a box of pictures of loved ones. We've decided to do some scrapbooking while we're at home, sheltering in place. Or it's a box of board games you and your family have put up for a while and you've got to dig them out so you can play, keep yourselves entertained. Or some puzzles you haven't done in a long time. One more. And one more side to go. Follow those hands. Keep the core engaged. Awesome job. You guys are doing fantastic. We're actually using a lot of muscles in the legs here, in the hips, side, in your glutes, your rear end. 2 more. Remember to step up and over your little object or your big object. Very good. All right, so we're going to switch the direction and now we're going to go backwards. So we're going to take that leg and we're going to step back and shift that weight to the back leg. So you're going to shift that weight to the back leg, okay? Shift. Good. Shift. Shift. Okay. 4, 3, so I'm going back at about a 45-degree angle here. 2, and 1. Good. Other side. Take it back. I don't know if any of you, if you've been, you're watching these on YouTube. I give my colleague, Dr. Kessler from Lorraine County Community College, a little plug in his co-videos. He was actually one of my instructors. Brilliant man. Love watching his co-videos. He does one almost every day. I know he's taking tomorrow, Easter, off. But he does a fantastic job at bringing the information down into layman's terms and helping everybody understand what's going on with this virus, where we've been, where we're at, where we need to go. Really, really fantastic. They're short. They're only like somewhere between 10 and 15 minutes, sometimes a little bit shorter. So they're really good. All right, back to what we were doing. All right, so now we're going to add that hand, okay? And you're going to use opposite hand now than the leg that's moving, all right? So that hand's going to come down. Take it down and back and down and back. And of course, if you want to increase the intensity of these, I keep talking about decreasing the intensity, you can always start out at the harder level and do the two-handed reach following the arms, or the two-arm reach. One more. You can slow it down, speed up the movement if you need to, if you want to. Slowing it down would modify it, make it a little easier. Going faster would increase it, make it a little bit more difficult. But remember, when we're working on stuff like this, super fast doesn't always make it better. We want to be nice, controlled movement here. Helps our body make those neural connections on which way the body is supposed to move when we are in real life situations. One more. Okay, now we're going to follow the hand. Kind of feel like I'm a dancer here. Keep that core engaged. You're doing awesome. We're almost done. I'm sure you know what's coming next is the 2 arms. And then we just have a couple more exercises after that. One more on this side. And follow that arm. Whoops, see? Obviously I need help on this side. I always have worse balance, which is my right side. And one more, pull that elevator up to that top floor, and then both hands. And you know what? Let's alternate sides. How's that? Really make it a little bit more difficult. Follow those arms. It's like you gotta pick something up that's behind you. Try to keep those hips forward. I'm not rotating my body too much. At least my legs. I'm just rotating that torso. One more on each side. Fantastic. All right, now I need to adjust the camera again. Okay, because now we're gonna work on our Kleenex exercises. And I really want you to see what I'm doing with my feet, so. I have my box of Kleenex here, okay? And I'm going to pick a Kleenex up. Don't use these Kleenexes on your nose afterwards, okay? If you want to save them, if you want to try to be economical and not waste them, put them off to the side and use them the next time that you do this, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to pick it up and we're going to put it off to the side. Pick it up, put it off to the other side. And I'm having to scrunch my toes, put it in behind the box of Kleenex, take it back up. Okay, now I'll grab another one. And so that first grab out of the box is a little bit more difficult. If you have trouble with that, you can always get it started with your hands. But obviously, my feet aren't touching the other Kleenexes that are in there. And go ahead and let go of the Kleenex each time, okay? Now, cross leg over, pick it up, put it down. Cross leg over, pick it up, and put it down. And just do a variety of those. We have lots of little proprioceptors or nerve endings in our feet and our toes that help us figure out where we are in space and time and help with our balance and our stability. So I hope you enjoyed today's workout, some functional fitness and working on our posture. Remember to do those pillow towel exercises 3 times a day. Do these Kleenex exercises a couple times a day. You can do the ankle lifts and the toe lifts a couple times a day to really work on that ankle stability. And I hope you enjoyed it. Remember to eat healthy, to exercise your mind, and to be kind to one another. Thanks. Have a great day. Bye.